In a distant future, humanity has retreated underground, living in vast self-contained cells managed entirely by a powerful, omnipresent entity called the machine. Life revolves around this machine, which provides everything humans need: food, shelter, communication, and even intellectual stimulation. People have become isolated and dependent, rarely leaving their rooms or interacting in person. Physical contact and travel are seen as unnecessary and even barbaric. The story begins with Vashti, a contented lecturer who spends her days giving virtual presentations and listening to others through the machine system. She is utterly devoted to the machine and finds life within her cell comfortable and fulfilling. However, her son Kuno is different. Kuno, who lives in another cell far away, asks Vashti to visit him in person. Annoyed by the inconvenience, she reluctantly agrees, taking an underground airship to meet him. When they reunite, Kuno reveals something shocking. He has ventured to the surface of the earth, defying the machine's rules. Kuno describes the desolate, abandoned world above ground. He felt the sun on his skin, breathed fresh air, and experienced the vastness of the natural world, a reality most people have forgotten. However, the machine punished him for his rebellion, forcibly returning him to his cell. Kuno warns Vashti that the machine is not infallible. It's beginning to fail. Small malfunctions are occurring, though people ignore them. He urges her to think for herself and reject the blind worship of the machine. But Vashti dismisses his concerns, believing the machine is eternal and perfect. Life continues as usual for Vashti, but cracks in the system become more noticeable. Communication systems falter and supplies arrive more slowly. Still, most people remain complacent, convinced that the machine will fix itself. One day, the unthinkable happens. The machine stops working entirely, the lights go out, systems fail, and humanity is thrown into chaos. People so utterly dependent on the machine are helpless. Without it, they cannot survive. As the collapse worsens, Vashti finally understands the gravity of Kuno's warnings. In her final moments, she is reunited with Kuno, who comforts her as the underground world crumbles. He tells her that humanity had once lived on the surface in harmony with nature, and that perhaps a new generation will rise to reclaim that life after the fall of the machine theme's technological dependence. The story warns of the dangers of relying too heavily on technology to the point where it replaces human connection and self-reliance, isolation and alienation. Forster explores how technological advancement can lead to isolation and the loss of meaningful relationships, nature versus machine. The story contrasts the sterile artificial life underground with the vibrant, untamed world above ground, rebellion and renewal. Kuno's defiance symbolizes the human spirit's resistance to control and the hope for a new beginning. The Machine Stops is a haunting and prescient tale written in 1909, yet remarkably relevant in its depiction of a world consumed by technology. It challenges us to consider the cost of convenience and the value of human connection.